Hello, my gorgeous Geminis. Welcome to Amethyst Moon Tarot. Thank you for being here, for watching the video. Thank you for all of your likes, your shares. Thank you to anyone who has subscribed, who's bought me a coffee. I cannot say thank you enough for all that you do for this channel. If you're new here, welcome to the insanity that my readings can get to. Gemini, this is your weekly reading for August 17th to August 23rd, but remember that time isn't exactly linear, so if it doesn't, might not be exactly a week, just the next few days, what you need to be most aware of. Also, this is for all Geminis watching, so if it doesn't resonate, it could be that it's just not your reading this week, okay? So let's get us started with an oracle card and see what our overall theme for the week is going to be for you guys. You are the rare flower that blooms in the dark. Keep growing. Oh, Gemini, that is, you know what? Yes, you are absolutely beautiful and very talented, gifted, feeling very special. All right, let's get the tarot, get some clarification on this, see what the whole week is going to be bringing to you. All right. There, universe. My short, stubby hands. All right. There we go. That's better. All right. What's Gemini need to know? August 17th to 23rd. All right. Okay, universe. Present situation, present mindset. What's going on with Gemini right now for this week? Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Yes, my Geminis, you've been going through something lately, haven't you? All right, let's keep going. Get the rest of the cards before we get too deep into this one. Past, universe, past for this situation for Gemini. 3 of Cups. Ooh. Obstacles for this week. Obstacles for Gemini. Yeah. Death. Okay. Not always an obstacle, but change is hard. Change can be okay. We're going to go with that one for the future. 8 of Cups. Ooh, okay. And Queen of Cups for what we're not seeing underneath. All right, Gemini. Okay. Gemini, you don't need anyone to validate you, okay? You don't need anybody to, I mean, it's always nice to hear you did a good job. It's always nice to hear you're loved. All of that is great, but you don't need it, okay? The validation that you have, the self-assurance you have, the love that you have for yourself, that is from you, right? You've done whatever work you need to have done up to this point, but you love yourself and you don't need that external validation, right? That being said, it feels like you've really been left out of things lately. It feels like, and I mean, this could just be how you're feeling right now, but it is, it's like you're standing in the middle of a room, yelling, waving, trying to talk to people, and it's like they don't hear you, okay? It's okay. You're okay with it most of the time. But not being listened to can be extremely frustrating. And I mean, you're probably not sitting in the middle of a room yelling and people aren't hearing you. It's just the imagery that I'm getting is that you're trying to communicate. Trying to you're trying to be the happy, sensitive, kind person that you are, but you're not being valued. Okay, you're not being or you feel like you're not being valued. You feel like you are coming in second or coming in third or coming in fourth. You know what I mean? It feels like you're not the priority for anyone or anything right now. Yeah. Three of Cups in your past. Yeah, this is fairly new for you. Like, it feels like you're used to not really being the center of attention so much, but like the secondary character. Okay. So maybe you are not the leading role in this particular movie, in this particular group of friends, in this workplace, that type of thing. Maybe you don't hold the leading role, but you are like, the supporting character that wins the Oscar type of thing. This main character would be very little without you. And it feels like it was always equal in the past, okay? That they were the main character, you were the best supporting character, you were a team. Every now and again, you would play the main character, but it feels kind of like it's like a 70-30 type thing, where they're usually the main character and you're usually the supporting character. But it feels like just right now, you're not even a supporting character, right? It's almost like they've forgotten you. It feels, yeah, it feels like you're trying to maintain a relationship, maintain whether it's at work, in your personal life, family, friends, a relationship, whatever it may be. It feels like for the last little while you've been on your own. And fairly recently, right? Maybe the last week or so, a couple of weeks, maybe even a month, but not a whole lot of time in the grand scheme of things, right? And it feels like you feel you have been on your own completely. But that's okay because, again, you're okay being on your own. You're okay shining by yourself. You're not the type to toot your own horn, but, you're definitely the type to accept praise and adulation and all of that. Yeah, okay. We're going to look at the obstacles in the future together, actually. Because this is following a path. Something about this situation has changed. Okay? Maybe this is your best friend, let's say, and your best friend just got engaged. So now it's all about their wedding and their engagement and what they want to do and all of that. And not that you're a fair weather friend, it's just that their own personal dynamic has changed. So now your friendship dynamic is going to change, okay? Plug that in where it belongs in your particular situation. These are just examples. But the obstacle is you don't want this to change. You liked the relationship exactly how it was. It worked for you. You thought it worked for them. And you don't want it to be something different. Okay? Um, it could be because this person is very special to you and maybe you don't want to share them. It could be because, if, like I said, they're kind of the main character the majority of the time, if all of a sudden they're not the main character, then does that make you the main character now? Or are you just not in their movie anymore? With the future being the Eight of Cups, that's leaving something emotionally that no longer works for you. So we've got two possible paths. We've got the path of you're going to leave this friendship, this relationship, this partnership. You are going to leave it because the dynamic has changed to the point where this isn't something you want in your life anymore. The relationship itself has shifted so that, again, you are now a third person in their life, a fourth person in their life, the fifth person in their life. You're not their best supporting person anymore, right? And you just, as much as it hurts, you will have to leave them behind in some cases. Another is that you're going to say goodbye to the way your friendship used to be, your relationship used to be, and you're going to grow a new one, okay? Relationships, they're organic. They change all the time. They shift all the time. People argue. People make up. But this is what I'm feeling more for the people who will look at this obstacle as in, I don't want this to change, therefore I'm not going to change it, and I'm going to leave. I don't want to change. The other option is I don't want to change, but this person means more to me than doing the same old, same old. I am going to let go of the way our relationship used to be and work on creating a new relationship, right? Changing my friendship dynamic. Maybe, let's go back to the example of your friend just recently got engaged. Well, maybe you don't have a partner right at the moment. And, they have their own time, their alone time. But, you guys are a trio a lot of the time. You hang out a lot together. You do things a lot together. But when they're having their alone time, it feels like you are figuring out a little bit more about yourself, right? Maybe without spending all this time with this person, you go, you know what? I never even really liked that restaurant that they love so much. So let them go there with their fiance. I don't really want to go to that restaurant anymore. Wait a minute. I don't have to go to that restaurant anymore. I can go to a restaurant that I like. I can do what I like. I can be what I want. I can detach myself a little bit from this person, not ending the friendship, for some of you, not ending the friendship, not ending the relationship, but letting it organically shift into something new, something different. Okay? Okay, the devil underneath that. Okay, great. Okay, so for what's underneath what you don't see, I don't think you're noticing how important you are to this other person. Not really, not right now anyway. Like before you absolutely knew how important you were. Again, to this workplace, to this organization, to this person, I'm just change the terminology as it best suits you. But this person, they don't want you going anywhere, right? They want you to be a part of their lives. They want you to be important. You are important to them. You are very important to them. And just because there is something else that's important in their life, they can see how it's affecting you. They can see how you're feeling about it. They don't want to hurt you. And it feels like what you can't see is that they are actually trying to fix this situation. It may be unconventional, perhaps, but they don't want you to go anywhere any more than you don't want to go anywhere. Oh, okay, Geminis, I hope this makes sense to you. I hope this resonates. If it does, please hit that like button. If you're feeling so inclined, hit subscribe so that you never miss your daily bit of guidance and advice from the universe, your weekly bit of guidance and advice from the universe. Yeah, this week's going to be interesting. This is a day-to-day situation, okay? This is something that I don't feel it's going to be resolved this week. But this week is going to be the week where it either starts moving towards organically shifting your relationship, or it's going to be the week towards you decide that this is not something you need in your life anymore. But it's just beginning. This is not going to get solved in a week, okay? This is going to take some time, I think. So, in any case, Gemini, have an amazing week. Have fun with this. Keep an open mind. Keep an open heart. It'll work out as it should, Gemini, but yeah, just keep your heart open to them, okay? Because they are definitely trying to keep their heart open to you. All right, Gemini, I will see you all soon. Have an amazing week, and hugs and kisses.